Now, today is exactly 1 year since we were set out in the cold, having a wonderful time as we prepared for King Charles being crowned in that incredible coronation that was filled with pomp and pageantry.
But 12 months later, the monarch seems to have forged an even closer bond with the people of Britain, following his openness surrounding his cancer diagnosis.
And all of this, believe it or not, comes as, and this surprises me, because all the Wales's children seem to be very close. We've had a birthday a week, haven't we? It's Prince Archie's this time round. He's going to be 5. Well, he's 5 today.
Yes, well, joining us now is Royal and Showbiz reporter Kinsey Schofield. Good to see you this morning, Kinsey. And should we start with the King? I cannot believe it's already been a year since that incredible ceremony that we saw 12 months ago. It's been the most wonderful year for the King and also such a challenging one.
That's right. You'll remember the coronation was so carefully choreographed to display what the King called a community of communities with more diversity, acknowledging, a multi-faith-based country. The royal rhythm and rituals are primarily safe, it feels, under this King Charles reign. The biggest shock hasn't been outspoken royals or political royals. It's like you said, it's been the illness and potentially vulnerability. So much was made out of expectations for His Majesty to modernize the monarchy. And we haven't seen much of that, but I think that that's been comforting to people. The King has survived Prince Harry, Prince Andrew, and even the ghost of Diana. Who would have ever guessed that people would be accepting of a Queen Camilla? The Queen's popularity based on the number of people who said they had favorable views of her, that's increased to 43%. More than half of Britain surveyed believe that King Charles is doing an excellent job, too.
Yeah, but he is really becoming a man of the people, isn't he? And he seems to be showing, even through his own struggles, this tremendous humility, really.
I agree with you. And it was interesting because some of the things that have become such a force today that everybody can get behind, like the environment, I think his first speech about the environment was in 1968. He was only in his 20s. That was 7 years before the phrase global warming was utilized. He was so criticized for that, and I think today you see you almost really admire that he was ahead of some of these. He was championing some of these causes that are now the forefront of a lot of things that normal, regular people are, passionate about, as well as cancer. We've all been affected by cancer in our families. And to see recently him at that cancer center so engaged with people, you really saw empathy and compassion and a vulnerability that we haven't had much of a chance to see from him in the past.
And it's also a special day for the family, isn't it, Kinsey? Because Prince Archie turns 5 today.
That's right. I mean, I'm going to be honest. We don't know a lot about Prince Archie. I wish I could sit here and rattle off his favorite color and what the family might be doing, but that would not be sincere or authentic. We know he likes waffles because the Queen at one point sent him a waffle maker for Christmas. Harry and Meghan are very protective of Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. That is fine. They are Americans now. They can do that. I imagine that they will be spending this birthday privately. We saw a little bit of that in the Netflix docuseries. They had the little birthday party with Meghan's mom there. And so beautiful babies as far as we've seen, but we have very little information about them.
It's just, as I was saying earlier on, the fact that, his birthday is actually so close to 2 of his cousins, and yet 2 cousins that he doesn't know. It just seems a real shame.
Well, there are reports here. I don't know how much I buy them, but there are reports here that both families, the Waleses and the Sussexes, do feel like they want a reunion at some point because they don't want there to be strain on the relationships of the children.
Oh, well, let's hope.
Yeah.
Let's hope. That would be nice.
Kinsey, really good to see you this morning. It's not the kids' fault. You are right. Good to see you, Kinsey. Thank you very much indeed.